Yo, this is Vince Russo, man, and I hope you're ready for the next video. And remember, if you like it, bro, you can go right now to patreon.com/RussoTWC and get a free week of Russo's brand. That's right, it's free for a week. Russo'sBrand.com, where the pros are the pros. Bro, let me ask you this question real quick. Again, I know you didn't see Raw this week, but bro, the last 5 minutes of the show, they had the debut of the Wyatt Sicks.
Yeah, how do we feel about that?
Well, bro, here's what I want to ask you, because you're a creative guy like me. I mean, you do this for a living. Bro, we go back to the gorilla position. And like literally, bro, I didn't take my eyes off the TV for once. Yeah, great. I did not take my eyes off the TV. But here's the problem, bro. If this were a horror movie, a massacre took place backstage where literally, bro, there are bodies everywhere. And if this is Jason or Freddie or Michael, those are dead bodies.
Yeah.
There are dead wrestlers everywhere. Bro, I swear to God, the level of intricacy that this is going to take to get over, I don't, everything's got to be cinematic. Everything's got to be outside of the building. And bro, I keep coming back to this. This is what I keep coming back to. Bro, if you couldn't get this over with the great mind of Bray Wyatt, with his great mind, how in God's name are you going to do this without him? I mean, how do you paint the scene in wrestling, EC, where they killed the roster? There's dead bodies in the back. Oh, and you're gonna come out. You're gonna start the show this week with a Money in the Bank tournament,
right? It's like spoiler alert to anyone that watched Game of Thrones, but when you see the Red Wedding the first time and like everybody dies and you're like, well, how are they going to bring them all back? Like, I don't understand. They killed them all. They didn't bring them back. They left them dead. All the characters were dead.
Maybe that was their way of cutting the roster, bro, because there were at least a dozen dead bodies in the back.
I think the one, like, it's kind of a catch-22 because you lose Wyndham's mind. But you also lost, I think, the thing that was responsible for it not being successful, and that's Vince. Because Vince just will not ever get it, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, I think this will have more leeway, and there'll be more creativity. Though you lost, like, I mean, I don't know. It's like losing a cleanup hitter to gain a fucking great starting pitcher. Like, it sucks. And we need both. We can't have both, but at least we have this. I think Bo is fairly creative, and I believe there's a Marvel writer on staff now that does so
too. I think so too. Yeah.
They do a lot of intricate things where as long as they keep it away from being totally wrestling, it might have a chance. But you're right. Like, the second it becomes, I don't know, in 6 weeks, there's a big tag match of team nobody gives a shit about and team fucking nobody cares for, and they're just having a pointless 4-minute match, and then here come the Wyatt Sicks and start laying them out. And then is there any context to the next week? Or if they murder them, are they still back? Like, so there needs to be context to the actions. If everybody got destroyed and that ended the show, like, next week, you're right, the show has to open like, oh my God, our show's
of course.
No.
Right. Bro, you bring up something very interesting. And I'd love to know the answer to this. You worked with both the dudes. You work with Bray and Bo.
Yeah.
Bro, talk to me about the creative. You can compare them creatively and personality-wise.
Oh, I mean, they're both hilariously free spirits. They're both, like, I mean, they're brothers, right? So they're very, very similar. outside the box, unafraid to speak their mind. They love to laugh. They're very like loving of the people around them. I mean, they're two excellent dudes. I would say that maybe one difference would be if you listen to Bo talk about Windham, is how he was as a big brother and how much losing that probably will affect him. But like he looked to him for so much that I think if he can channel his creativity and be fearless in it, he can be right up there. But it's hard to go against the originator, I'd say. So there's big shoes to fill. But then he's got to do it his way too. You can't be a copycat, right?
Yeah.
I think Windham was more grounded in reality. And I think Windham had more of a how to make this successful in the business, where Bo, as a young brother, he's just like, I'm like very free spirited, I'd say. So, but he's also grown tremendously since I've met him through this. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I know the Uncle Howdy and him and Windham, like that was their thing to tie it all together. So the fact they're able to do that is very cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, bro, for everybody's sake involved, I want it to work. I mean, especially for Bo Dallas, no question about it. But, again, I'm just looking at this from a writing, producing aspect. And, like I said, bro, you left the show with dead bodies in the back. You can't open up this week with the qualifying tournament for Money in the Bank.
Yeah, you should open with a 10-bell salute.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, bro. Absolutely. I mean, it's got to be, bro. You know what it reminds me of? Here was the problem that Bray was faced with from the get-go. Bro, you had all this intrigue and these great vignettes and all this shit about the Wyatt family. They're from the backwoods of Arkansas, wherever they were, straight out of Deliverance, bro. They're freaking hillbillies, right?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, the first time you see them in the ring, they're doing wrestling moves.
Yeah.
It's like, where did you learn wrestling? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I listen, man, I hope they can pull it off. I just don't know how they're going to pull it off.
It will take a completely new approach to pull off to the vision that you would want it to. But I think it could be fairly good in professional wrestling, which sometimes is like, it's like when you're voting for a politician, are you voting for the guy you like or the girl you like? Or are you voting for the person you hate the least?
Yeah.
So if it's like, at least it's very good in pro wrestling, that's a win, as opposed to, is it going to transcend creative and how the business is done? It could, but it probably won't be allowed to because it's so far off the beaten path.
Yeah. I mean, bro, like I worked with, Taker and Kane and all that stuff, but it was one person. Like it's a whole, that was a completely different scenario.
Yeah. And I think too, like in pro wrestling, we are obviously entertainment, but our reality is very real. Like if EC3 tears his ACL, EC3, the character's out with injury because he tore his ACL. Like the reality kind of intertwines. Where I think with like Taker and Kane in the 90s, like it pushed the boundaries of like, do I really believe this or is it completely too far-fetched with like spirits arising and, shit like that. We're now in 2024, like it's really geared towards reality. So how do you put something supernatural in that? With a realistic aspect that doesn't insult people or go, that's corny, or that shit's fake, or now they're just wrestling, who cares?
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
What's up, Brand? This is Jeff Lane inviting you to come hang out with me over on Twitch. I'm live several nights a week playing games, classic and new, currently going through Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the new Contra game, and more. So check me out, Jeff Lane 22 on Twitch.
Pick up Mike Durbin's Conan action figure, bro. Look how beautiful this thing is. I freaking love the packaging, man. Look at this. MikeDurbin.com, guys. Help Mike out, man. This is a beautiful action figure, bro. Beautiful. MikeDurbin.com.